I want to know that I can take care of me. And when I add people into my life, they add to my life. They don't bring me what I didn't have. They elevate what I've always had. I am an intense man. A man who deals with his own internal demons. A man who is constantly on the chase of becoming happier, becoming healthier, becoming more positive, becoming a better husband, a better leader, a better coach, a better writer. I'm always chasing the becoming. Sometimes I have to sit back and be okay with the being. Because in the pursuit of anything is the unhappiness of running away from. Personal development has played a significant role in my life. It has been a role that changed my life, and I know that it can change yours, but there's a poison to it. And that poison is, in order to improve and step into a happier, healthier, more positive, wealthier version of yourself, you have to step away from who you currently are today. You have to run away from a past that is scary. You have to run away from a identity that you hold so closely to you. Life is hard. Divorce is hard. Heartbreak is hard. Emotions are difficult to manage and to move through. But it should be hard. Anything worth fighting for is hard. Life is not supposed to be about finding what is comfortable and easy. Because in the comfort and easiness of life, of relationships, is complacency. And with complacency, there is no growth. There's no evolution of becoming who you're meant to be. My friends, this life is meant to be hard. But if there's one thing I know to be true, it's that you gotta keep chasing you. You've got to keep finding who you are and rewriting the story of who you want to become. You have to continue to invest your time into yourself so that you know when people stop investing their time into you that you are still worth it. That's something I wish someone would have told me when I was younger. That I am worth it being invested into even when I wasn't investing into myself. This message today is just a heartfelt message. It's a message to you, and it's a message to me. Life is going to continue to challenge you. It's going to continue to ask you to rise up to the occasion, to break through the breakdown, to open yourself up and to become the heart-driven leader that you are meant to be. You were created by God's image. You were created in the likeness of a God. And it's a blessing that you are. Because whatever battle that you're going through, it's a war that will be won. We fight these internal demons. We fight external demons, the internal demons of emotional suffering, the internal demons of constantly questioning your every move, the internal demons of thoughts and past nightmares, getting hung up on the what ifs and what could have been, life can seem daunting because there's times that we believe that our best has come to pass and what is to come is nothing that we foresee as hopeful. But you are to, in the darkness, generate your own light within. The darkness is asking you to step within yourself, to meet yourself where you are, and to fight for who you want to become. The darkness is there so that you can recognize that there's also been light every step of the way. So if you're challenged by a time of internal chaos and struggle where your emotions are running rampant and you can't seem to take control of yourself, my friend, you own you. Spend time with you. Love on you. Call the demon for what he is and prove to yourself that in the moments of darkness, there can only be darkness when there's an absence of light. And when you know that there's an absence of light, you have to recognize that there has to still be light. You are the light. And when you're going through those external struggles of dealing with people, that heartbreak, that breakup, that separation, that divorce, that loss of job, that loss of respect, that loss of trust, that loss of self, that loss of identity, when you are going through the darkness within yourself or the darkness externally because life is kicking you in the ass, life is not respecting you, your dreams are not coming quick enough, your desires, your wants, your hopes are not showing up, you just seem like, damn it, life has been against me and I can't seem to break through. When you are there, you have to keep fighting. You have to keep investing into you. You have to keep reconnecting to your hopes, wants, dreams, and the desires. And if you don't know what those are, that's why I'm calling you to ask yourself, to reconnect to yourself. Am I reconnecting back to myself so that I can overcome this chaos? Because you deserve to feel happiness, fulfillment, love, joy, hope, excitement, valued, appreciated, respected. You deserve it. But hear me out. You'll never feel it if you don't first give it to yourself. You'll never feel it if you first don't allow yourself to receive it from yourself, because when you can't receive it from you, it's going to be hard for you to receive it from others, and you'll always be chasing others to fill your cup up. And let me tell you something about others that I've learned is most people will let you down. I don't care who they are to you, they will let you down. So continue to start to show up for yourself in a way that allows you to grow with yourself, allows you to be with yourself, allows you to continue to improve the relationship you have with yourself. It all stems from the relationship with yourself. And if you want to continue to get yourself out of the chaos, out of the turmoil, out of the stress, out of the struggle, out of the feeling of stuckness, then you need to double down and take care of you. You need to win you back. You need to overcome the constant struggle and strain of losing friends, losing relationships, because you're more than your friend group, you're more than a relationship, you're more than your self-doubt, you're more than your constant brokenness, you're more than the amount that you have in your bank account, you're more than all of these fights that you're facing, you're more than your struggle story. But what you have to learn to do is you have to learn to overcome those very moments in time. And how do I do that? Well, when I allow myself to sit down and think about when I'm facing darkness by myself, when I'm trying to evolve and shed the mask off my own life that hinders me from being who I know I'm to be, I try to sit down with myself and to open up a journal and start to just write. Start trying to just write through all of the shit that I'm dealing with. Sit down and get clear, like, who am I? Who do I want to be? And why aren't I currently that person? What's stopping me from being that person? What's stopping me from feeling that way? Like, what if you could find happiness outside of relationship? What if you could find fulfillment outside of love? What if you could find wealth without trying to take away from someone else? When I go through the darkness, I sit with myself in the darkness. I don't try to run to people in order for them to be my fill up. Because I don't want to have to rely on someone for my income. I don't want to have to rely on someone for my health. I don't want to have to rely on someone for my happiness. I don't want to have to rely on someone for my love. I want to know that I can take care of me. And when I add people into my life, they add to my life. They don't bring me what I didn't have. They elevate what I've always had. And that's the beauty to personal growth and development. That's the beauty of allowing yourself to get to know you, to discover if you're going through that moment of difficulty, to discover that everything that I want, I've been expecting others to bring to me. And when you do that, you're going to feel more helpless, lost, and alone. Because you're always going to be on the run away from yourself. Because you can't stand yourself. You can't stand being alone. You can't stand your own thoughts. So then you run away and you run onto something else, someone else. You run onto a new distraction. You run onto a new partner. You run onto a new addiction just to run away from you. I know it sucks sometimes being alone and our thoughts and our emotions, but being in those very things are what's going to help us overcome those very things. So you got to face your demons. You got to push through the mess. You got to kick down the chaos. You have to stand up for yourself and just be okay with accepting yourself. You're going to stop chasing other people's acceptance and approval when you just allow yourself to be accepted by yourself, and in my story, by God as well. When you can begin to accept yourself and just accept you for who you are without trying to worry about what other people think of you, genuine happiness will show up. Genuine fulfillment will show up. Genuine love will show up. There's no greater feeling than to discover who you're meant to be and then living in alignment with that. A lot of you are going to struggle with this because, one, you don't know who you want to be, and two, you believe in your chaos, your stories that you tell yourself that you're not good enough. And you don't allow yourself to believe in the stories that say, I am enough, I am worthy, I am loved, I am appreciated, I am valued. Man, if there's one thing that I could say to you today, it's just believe in you. Build you up. You're stuck in a place that you've got to believe that you are going to be able to overcome. You're stuck in a place that makes you feel lost, hopeless, helpless, and confused. You are more than the love that you lost. You are more than the heartbreak that has been created. Your story is more than your breakdown. The story of you is a breakthrough. But the only person that can save you is not another podcast, it's not another book, it's not another course, it's not another coach. It's allowing you to allow yourself to work through what it is you're going through in order to find the new you. So my question to you today is this: are you willing to strip away the masks and identity of who you once were to become the very version of yourself that you want to become? Are you willing to give up the sad stories, of the victimized stories that keep you trapped in your pain, that make you feel good because you're right? Your pain and your stories oftentimes align congruently, meaning that the deeper hurt, the stronger the negative story. So if you feel hurt, it's because the story that you continue to replay. If you feel pain, it's because you're staying stuck in that painful story. Listen, I'm asking you to rewrite your story today. I'm asking you to sit down with yourself and just allow yourself some self-discovery. Allow yourself some time and space to shed off the masks, shed off the emotion, shed off who you once were. Let that version go and give yourself the opportunity to be the version of yourself that you've always wanted to be. Because I know that when you step into your authentic self, a version of yourself that you're scared of becoming, but you know that you need to become, and you finally step into that and become it, your life's going to get better, bud. My friend, your life's going to feel better. You're going to get your health back. You're going to get your happiness back. You're going to get your fulfillment back. Being stuck and alone is only a state of mind. It's a story. You're not alone. I've got you. So reach out. Hold the conversation. Text the friend. Text the family member. Your breakthrough is on the other side of allowing yourself to begin to accept there's a newer version that you're being called to become. Okay? You need to step into that version. And you can. And you will, because you must. Stop allowing the stories to dictate your life. Rewrite the story to rewrite your life. My dear friends, thank you so much for spending your time with me today. This is just a short one-on-one episode that I hope that you found encouraging, supportive, and or uplifting. I have a goal of helping individuals who are struggling to overcome their life's greatest obstacles, to overcome them, to lean and lead themselves into a hope-filled state of fulfillment and happiness, because I have done that myself. I have found fulfillment in my life if I allow myself to feel it. I have found happiness when I allow myself to feel it. And I want to help you to see the same reality, because you're closer than you think. So my dear friends, if you found this podcast helpful, supportive, encouraging, and or uplifting, be sure to leave me a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to the podcast app, because that is what's going to help this podcast reach more hearts, more homes, more people. And once again, it's going to help people to become the versions of themselves that they need to be, because if everybody started to practice on becoming a better version of themselves, we would live in better communities, better homes, better schools, and a better world. And I believe that it all begins with ourselves. So own yourself, take control of yourself, be with yourself, find happiness within yourself, create happiness within yourself, and life will get better. I know this sounds all woo-woo and motivational and yada, 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 but I'm telling you, sometimes you just need a wake-up message. Sometimes you don't need anything else, not a practical, tactical tip. And if you want that, you can join me at the Happy Heart Academy community. Link will be in the show notes below. Join me within the community. Listen, that community is only $4.99 a month. If you're looking for a place to elevate your life, to learn about many different tools, tactics, self-help tips and tricks, and to help you to be able to move on with your life and to get unstuck, you can click the link in the show notes below to join me in the Happy Heart Academy community. It's our inner circle group. Like I said, I made it so affordable that you can't say no to your personal growth and development. It's $4.99 per month, and you can get access to more exercises and amazing ways to discover your new sense of self and reclaim your life and finally find a sense of happiness.